Okay, everybody, good day. And what do I have to talk about today? Well, several times I've been talking about a revolution. Yes, a revolution. Our Congress needs to know we are in control, not them. Are you happy with what your Congress is performing? Doesn't matter whether they're Democrat or Republican. Are you happy with that guy? If you're not, then what can you do about that? In 2010, we have what they call a midterm election. Fire every single one that's running. Don't vote for them. That's all you got to do. Why do you think Nancy Pelosi and Obama is trying to push through so much? Because they're afraid that they might lose the great majority that they have. Because we, the people, are not very happy, are very upset. We, the people, need to realize it's up to us. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and go to war, pull out your guns and shoot everybody you see that says anything against you. No, that you do not do. We don't need to. Our forefathers thought, what happens if the people do not like their government anymore? What can we do to help them? And they came up with an idea. It's called an election. Vote new people in and fire those that are there. You know, when a country usually does that, they call it a revolution or a revolt. But we can do it peaceably without firing a shot. That's right. We can have a major political revolt. How? By firing every single congressman and senator that is running for re-election. Think about this. It's time you all take action. Don't be one of those people who complain, and don't vote. Get out there and vote. Now, what about you people who are convicted of felonies that can't vote? What can you do? You can vote, but you can do it in a different way, and you must. All you need to do is talk to people. If you talk 6 people and they're changing their mind, you will have voted 6 times. So every one of you out there can vote. You kids that are 13, 14, 15 who are unhappy with your government and don't like the idea that they're giving you a burden of debt that's unbelievable. Talk with your parents. You might just convince them to fire the guy that's running in Congress or the Senate. So yes, you have a say. Every single person in this country can have a say if they will just utilize it. Convince the people to fire the congressmen and senators, and you will have done a major political revolt. If every single congressman and senator that's running in 2010 are fired, the shockwave it will send to Congress would be unmistakable. They didn't hear it the last time when they fired most of the people that were running. It was pretty apparent they were being fired, not a party being selected. It's time to fire. Especially, and I hate to say this, especially any Democrat that's running. Because they won't understand, unless they see their numbers dwindle, that the American people are very, very unhappy. And we don't like the government that they're trying to set up. And we don't want the government that our Congress and Senate is trying to set up. You have to sit back and decide. Are you going to be one of those people that sit on the side and complain? Or are you going to matter? Your vote does count. Very much so. You have to get up and get out there. I'm not telling you to go out every day and pick an independent candidate and push to vote for him, or an off party so you can fire the guy who's running. No, I'm telling you, all you have to do is get up one day in November in 2010, go to the voting booth and fire that jerk in Congress who is too stupid to listen to you. He'd rather listen to the lobbyists and the people who have money instead of the people who do the hiring and the firing. That's what I'm telling you to do. Now, if you don't do it, then you have no right to complain about what Congress and the Senate is doing. You have no say if you don't get out there and vote in how our government is being run. I don't want to hear this thing about guns and bullets and stuff. No, they're not needed. The only thing that is needed is for you, the American voter, to get out there and let your voice be heard. More so now than ever. Our government, Congress, and the Senate will be watching this next election. And when they see all the incumbents start losing, the rest might realize their job is at stake if they don't start listening. This idea of voting on and signing bills that haven't been read by a congressman or senator is ridiculous, to say it mildly. This party system, I'm a Democrat, so I go with the Democrats, and I'm a Republican, I go with the... is the biggest fallacy in our government, and is the biggest creator of the very problems we are having. You need to eliminate that. You need congressmen and senators that say, I'm a congressman from North Carolina, I represent so-and-so district, and nothing else. Or I'm a congressman from Vermont representing so-and-so district. Or I'm a congressman from Michigan representing Detroit. Or I'm a congressman or senator from Minnesota that represents this district. Not this, I'm a Democrat from Minnesota. It's not needed. You are not. Once those people get elected in office, they are a congressman or senator from their state and district. Nothing else and nothing more. But they don't see it that way. Fire them. And if you think you got the congressman or senator that's doing the job right, no, you're mistaken. Our Congress would not be in the mess it is, and our Senate, if these guys were doing their job. So what choice do you have? You gotta think like an American. Get out there. Research these candidates. Find one that will represent you and not a political party. And that's the man you want. But if he's an incumbent, he already showed he is a political party man first and foremost. And that man you don't want. So it's your choice. Do you want to free our nation? Besides, I said I'm going to need your help as president. And I need for you to start putting people in Congress and in Senate that will start listening to the American voice. So that when I get there as president and put your voice forward, they will say, whoa, whoa, wait a minute, I don't care what party you are. These are what the American people want, and these are what they're gonna get. Not no party platform. No party is in Congress. No lobbyist is in the Senate. It's the Americans' voice and only their voice. And the only way you can do that is to fire the old and put in new. The has-been, the party people, the people who listen to the lobbyists. Remember, you're the employer. You're the one who hires or fires. You're the customer, no one else. And Congress and the Senate needs to start listening to you, which they haven't done for years. And we together, you and I, will make this happen. But you have to get out there and start firing these jerks in the Congress and Senate who are too stupid to listen to the American people but prefer to listen to big money, the lobbyists, and the political party. Thank you. This is JD. Have a nice day.